You're listening to Joe Fermano's How to Use Your Life show. Be prepared to be inspired.
Welcome to the nation's only show that helps you use your life. Joe Fermano, host of How to Use Your Life show.
I bring you my 30-plus years of advising and helping people reach their goals and stories of people achieving and living and using their lives. Get it? Using their lives.
No matter who you are, what you're doing, where you're going. In order to have a successful, happy, and balanced life, it's your attitude that's going to get you there.
Finally, a radio program that's only mission, only goal is to help you succeed and be better.
But how do you stay motivated day in and day out?
Where do you go to get inspiration, motivation? Where can you go to find the information you need to help you reach your goals?
You listen to Joe Fermano's How to Use Your Life show. Joe brings you interviews, stories, and ideas that will give you what you need to reach your goals. Tune in to America's #1 positive radio program, How to Use Your Life show with Joe Fermano. Go to joefermano.com. And now, here's your host of How to Use Your Life show, Joe Fermano.
Welcome back, folks, to the How to Use Your Life show, America's #1 positive program. I'm your host, whether you like it or not, Joe Fermano. Tonight, life begins when you do. So wake up and live your purpose now. And hey, with Valentine's Day approaching, chocolate is good for your heart. Sign me up in our health segment. And our very special feature tonight, THON.org, or just THON, T-H-O-N, the largest student-run organization in the world. I'll have live Kat Powers, Director of Public Relations, shares all the good THON is doing. It'll make you dance for joy. Straight ahead, the How to Use Your Life show with me. Hey, folks, welcome back. We're live. WNJC, 1360 AM, Philadelphia, New Jersey, but WNJC radio.com. I had to think twice because we just changed the website, but it doesn't matter because when you go to joefermano.com, Fermano, you can link right over to www.WNJC 1360 AM, and it's all there for you. I do want to talk about purpose. Who doesn't want to talk about chocolate? But we have such a special guest tonight. Thank goodness to a good friend of mine who's in the studio right now, but we're turning his mic off because he talks so much. I got to shut him down just from the beginning. Not exactly, but good-looking guys back there. I want to thank John Razor for getting a special guest with us tonight. Her name is Kat Powers, and she's Public Relations Director of, I got to tell you, of somebody who fits perfectly into the How to Use Your Life paradigm. Why do I say that? Because what is the How to Use Your Life paradigm? It's me bringing you interviews, stories about people, about organizations, about serving, about helping and doing something and using their life. Well, I am embarrassed to tell you that I have had no idea that the THON organization, again, which is like the largest dance marathon ever in the United States and maybe the world, is the largest student-run philanthropy in the world, is phenomenal for what they're doing for pediatric cancer. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm going to introduce Kat Powers. Her and I are going to go back and forth and talk about this great event, which I believe is coming up this weekend. Kat, thank you for joining us on the How to Use Your Life show. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Just fine. Thanks for joining us tonight. All right. Let's start where we should always start, the beginning. Tell me in 4,000 words or less, if you can, what is THON?
So THON is Penn State's year-long fundraising and awareness campaign for the fight against pediatric cancer. We benefit the Four Diamonds Fund out of Penn State Hershey Medical Center. And basically, we have 15,000 students that work throughout the year through either fundraising or being a volunteer internally. And we culminate our efforts into a 46-hour no-sitting, no-sleeping dance marathon in February, which is actually this weekend. And, so it'll be really exciting. Last year we raised more than $10.68 million for the Four Diamonds Fund, and over the course of our history we've raised more than $89 million.
Outstanding. So, folks, if they want to go right now, folks, you're tuned to Joe Fermano at WNJC. You can go to THON, THON.org. And, of course, this is going to be replayed on my website. It's 12 after the hour. It's THON.org. Yeah, you just covered a lot of ground. So this is a dance-a-thon. I was trying to explain it to my kids. I have 3 young ones, a 13, an 11, and a 7, tonight about you and what we're going to talk about. And they're like, well, first thing they said, well, Dad, what if they have to go to the bathroom? Or what if they have to eat? So it's nonstop dancing for 42, 46 hours? Is that what you said?
Well, they aren't exactly dancing the whole time. It's mostly the point is to not sit or sleep. They have games going on in their entertainment acts going on, and they have several different things at one time that they can be doing, from giant Jenga to just watching a band, and so they have a lot to engage them during the 46 hours. It's really exciting. And
where exactly does this take place?
It takes place on Penn State's University Park campus, and it is in our Bryce Jordan Center arena.
And I was amazed to find out that the Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital in November, considered a cutting-edge, freestanding children's hospital, which I think just recently opened, earned like top rankings by U.S. News and World Report, all because of an idea that went back, I believe, 1972. Charles and Irma Millard, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, who were the founders of the Four Diamonds Group. And Kat, this is where this fits into the How to Use Your Life show. I believe it was their son Christopher, who 14 years old, pediatric cancer, and he had wrote about the 4 qualities that he thinks that's necessary in overcoming cancer, and I think the whole organization is based upon that, which is courage, wisdom, honesty, and strength. And from that, going back to what, 1972, 1973, you're here today, and like last year, could you repeat what you raised last year?
Last year we raised more than $10.68 million.
That's a lot of dancing. And I have a timeline in front of me, folks. Folks, we have Kat Powers on the line. You're tuned to How to Use Your Life show with me, Joe Fermano at WNJC. Kat, again, is Public Relations Director at Penn State for the THON event. Going back to like 1974, I think it was like $10,000 that they raised. And then, it jumped up to 1998 to like 300,000, in 1990, 600,000, 1992, $1 million. And then last year, you guys just absolutely killed it. And it's just fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really exciting.
When people go, folks, when Kat and I, before we had the interview tonight, went back and forth with some emails, what I like is that her sign-off at the end of the email, every time if you email Kat or anybody at THON, I would imagine, they have a little, I don't know if it's called a salutation, but after you sign off, it just says fact. While the cancer death rate has dropped more dramatically for children than any other age group, 2,300 children and teenagers will die each year from cancer. Kat, tell us a little bit about, and I know this is up on the website at thon.org. Okay, well, folks, take a brief break. Why don't we take a brief break? We lost Kat. Don't know what happened. Maybe I talked too much. I'm Joe Fermano. You tuned to the How to Use Your Life show. We'll take a brief break. When she calls back, we'll get right on it.
JoeFermano.com.
In the 30-plus years I've been helping people, corporations, and institutions, I am still amazed at how you can go sign up at your local do-it-yourself supercenter on a Saturday morning and learn how to paint a room or build a deck. Hey, that's great, but who's showing you how to use your life? That's why I created the How to Use Your Life concept. The idea is that I will be your personal information gatherer. So while you're doing your thing, getting through your life, playing your roles with barely enough time for yourself, I'm bringing you interviews of people like you, using their life and inspiring you to live your best life. I will bring you timely stories and ideas that you can use now in your life so you can achieve what you want. Stay healthy and live a well-balanced and fulfilled life. All you have to do is tune in to my How to Use Your Life show and let me inspire you to think, act, and be happy. We're back, folks. I'm Joe Fermano. You tuned to the How to Use Your Life show. I have Kat Powers on the line from THON. That's THON.org, the giant monster dance marathon up at Penn State. Kat, tell us a little bit about the Bryce Jordan Center, something about that.
Right, so the BJC is the arena that houses THON, and it's been our home since 2007. And at any point, there are about 16,000 spectators that are watching THON weekend happen, and we have 710 dancers and a few hundred Four Diamonds families that are there. So it's really exciting to see everyone in the Bryce Jordan Center during THON weekend. Wow, that's amazing. Now, Kat, when people go to your website, THON.org, tell me a little bit about, I had read before the break the fact that while cancer, the death rate has dropped dramatically for children. Never, to me, if it's one, it's still not dropped dramatically enough. But there are still about 2,300 children and teenagers that will die this year from cancer. Let's talk a little bit about what I noticed on the website, where if people go, there's like a kind of like a scrolling screen. You talk about the fact, and I think what it means is, and I'm not sure, so I'm actually asking you this, part of the fundraiser is you spell out what it does. For example, am I correct in saying, hey, somebody donates $25, it's 1 hour of music therapy. Somebody donates $75, it's an hour and a half, or it's an hour of staff psychologists meeting with the families and patients. Are those some of the things that this money does for the families and the parents and the kids? Yeah, absolutely. So when we donate money to the Four Diamonds Fund, they use what we donate, which we donate about 96% of our total every year directly to the Four Diamonds Fund. And most of that total either goes to helping families pick up where insurance leaves off, or helping with their other therapies that they may need, such as nutritionists or music therapists or social workers. And in addition to that, we allocate millions of dollars of the funds to research, so the Four Diamonds Fund can help fund that cure for cancer. Fantastic. And it covers many areas, correct? Like the canning and the canvassing, the THON envelopes. Yeah, absolutely. All that and above. All right, now let me ask you a question. Let me put you on the spot. How did you get to this place? I mean, obviously you go to Penn State. I guess public relations is something that you're studying. How does it make you feel when this event, which again, folks, we're interviewing Kat Powers. You're tuned to the How to Use Your Life show. She's at Penn State. Again, Kat, when does this take place? When is the kickoff for this? THON weekend begins on this Friday, so Friday, February 15th. Okay. And dancers stand at 6 p.m., and then it goes till Sunday the 17th, and dancers will sit at 4 p.m. Wow. Now, are you there the whole time? Yes, I'll be there from very early Friday morning to very late Sunday night, just making sure everything is set up and tore down and everything. How rewarding, how good does it feel inside you when, no matter what happens, no matter what the outcome is, how it goes when, it's all over, said and done with Sunday night? It's just crazy because I've been working so hard for this. I mean, not only for all 4 years of college, but also since late March I've been in this position. So as much of a relief it will be for the work to be about over, it will definitely be, bittersweet, just because I definitely don't want THON to end, because it's meant so much to me as a student being involved. Well, it's a good attachment, and by the time you take your break, before you know it, you probably have to start again for next year, correct? Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you have a goal this year as to how much that you want to raise, or you just kind of like go with it and whatever it is, it is? We don't really like to set goals just because we think that any amount raised is really helpful to the Four Diamonds Fund, and we really like to focus on our mission of providing emotional support to these families as well. So we really like to focus on the emotional standpoint as well as the fundraising. So that's nice. We don't really set a figure.
Something that may be a little touchy or a gut check is the question that I find interesting. The money that you're raising and the families that you're helping and what you guys are doing, which is absolutely nothing shy of amazing. Do you ever get to meet some of these children? Do you ever get to meet some of these families?
Yeah, definitely. So through our adoptive family program, organizations are set up with a particular Four Diamonds family that they create special bonds and relationships with throughout the year. So through my sorority, we have adoptive families, and we're very close with those families. And also through all the events, we get to meet different families, and they really leave an impact, and you really get close to some of them. And it's exciting to see them at each THON event and knowing that you're making their family have a brighter day.
Wow. Beautiful. When you say adopted family, what does that mean? You're basically helping them out. Okay, go ahead.
You're paired up with them, and throughout their treatment, and even after their treatment, you're with them to build that relationship with them, and just make sure that the entire family feels support.
Fantastic. Now, the original founders of, I guess, the Four Diamonds Fund, Charles and Irma Millard, are they still around?
Yes, Charles and Irma live out in Washington.
Okay.
And Charles comes back to THON each year to see all of the efforts of everyone, and it's really exciting for the Four Diamonds families to meet him and thank him for all of the work that he started.
Oh, they must be blown away by what you're doing.
Yeah, he's an incredible guy, so it's always great to see him.
And give me an idea again about how many dancers you expect to show up this weekend?
We have 710, so it's a really big honor to dance.
It's a big dance card.
Each fundraising organization is allotted a certain number of dancers, so then they choose through different systems who is able to represent them during THON weekend.
Awesome. And I know John Razor, whose daughter is actually dancing as well, who's responsible.
Yeah, which is really exciting. That's a huge honor. So she's going to have the best weekend of her life, and he should be a very proud father.
He is. Where do you think he got his good looks from? Absolutely. No, I get that.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's fit. Well, let me ask you this. I keep saying, I'll put you on the spot, but I love your positive energy, and whatever you continue to do in life, continue to do it, because knowing that you're a part of a large organization bigger than yourself, you're very important, and it matters everything you do, and that's why we're proud to have you here on the How to Use Your Life show.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot.
You're welcome. It's our pleasure. Let me ask you this, though. Is anybody talking like, hey, I don't know, maybe we could raise $11 or $12 million this year, and maybe if Mr. Razor digs deep in his pocket, who knows, maybe it could be 20. Is there any talk about that, or it's kind of, again, just like whatever we do, thank God we're doing it, we're happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the perspective we all like to take. When people, I obviously, in my position, will get those questions asking what kind of figures we're looking at for the year, but we really don't want to focus on that all year. We want to work as hard as we can, so we don't know that total, and it motivates us to keep on going and not set a goal and just be satisfied with that, but just to really outdo ourselves as much as possible. And we don't want it to ever distract from the emotional aspect of the mission, and it just means so much more to us to see the children smile throughout the whole year, and especially THON weekend. And we know as much as the money means to operate the philanthropy and everything like that, it just doesn't really measure up to making someone forget that they're going through such a harsh battle in their family.
Wow, such humbleness and humility. You want to run for office? I think they could use you in Washington, Kat.
Yeah, you never know. I'm from South Jersey, so maybe you'll see me down there one day doing that.
There you go. We'll share a cheesesteak or something. We'll go to Philly. That'll be
exactly. Yeah, we'll have to go to Jim's though. I'm a Jim's girl.
Good for you. Yep, down on South Street and know all about it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have to go to South Street.
Good for you. Well, listen, we want to thank you for being on the How to Use Your Life show. It'll be up on my website by tomorrow. If folks want to listen to it again. Good luck this weekend with everything. If people want to know anything and everything about it, just go to thon.org. Is that the best way to find out, Kat?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to get involved, just check out thon.org. You can watch our webcast this weekend live of THON weekend, and you can also go online to donate. And, if you have any questions, just let me know.
And one more thing, the music. I forgot to ask. The music. Are there live bands, or is it just somebody there with the DJ? What's up?
We have our DJ throughout the weekend, but we also have some local bands, and we even have a band from Media PA coming.
Cool.
So we have some
Local.
Philly action coming up. So
Philly action. I like that. He can tell she's from South Jersey. Yo, Philly action. I like that, Kat. Good for you. So good. So it's a great event is basically what you're saying, and an awesome cause. And of course, we're thinking about our most precious gifts, our children. So, Kat, you have a lot to be proud of. Good luck. I'll be watching the website. I'll be talking to Mr. Razor constantly to find out how you guys are doing. And
awesome.
Thank you again for being a guest on the How to Use Your Life show. And thank you very much for doing something that makes a difference and matters in the world.
Thank you.
Continue on. Thank you, Kat.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Okay, good night. Well, folks, there you have it. Kat Powers. Love that name, Kat. I should have asked her, John. It must be short for Catherine. My mother was Catherine. They used to say Kat when spelled with a C. But, we could go on and on and on, folks. I cannot tell you. Think about these students that have raised almost $90 million over the years by just dancing. And think about the positive statement that this organization is making. And who are they? We are. That's right. Just like, hey, I heard about the Pope today or yesterday decide to resign because of his age. But you never hear a lot of positive stuff about things. You hear all the negative, and you haven't heard so many positive things coming out of State College. And this is something that's been around since 1972, 1973. So where's the Main Street media talking about that? I didn't want to put Kat on the spot. Cat sounds like a Dr. Seuss book or something, doesn't it? Cat spot move. Anyway, but the point is, look at what they're doing up there at Penn State. They don't need any grandstanding. They're just doing it. They're getting it done, and they're making the difference in people's lives. As to what we try to do here on the How to Use Your Life show each week, when you come here again, the proverbial wall. Thanks to my good buddy John Razor and his family, he provided me the proverbial stuff that I throw up against the wall and hopefully stuck to your heart, stuck to your soul, and you go. Maybe you could donate some money. Maybe you can get up there and do some dancing. They'll take anybody, and all for a good cause. And I want to thank tonight, too, my friend Pat here, who's manning the stations, because I need lots of help when people call in, that's for sure. So that's our show for tonight. Thanks for tuning to the How to Use Your Life show. I am Joe Fermano. Again, it's WNJC, but it's just the How to Use Your Life show at joefermano.com. And yes, the book is coming and the CD's almost done. The new website, not that the old website's so bad, but the new website will be up. Should be up next Monday or Tuesday. You're going to love it. Very busy, a little blingy. I'm not blingy, but I got to attract attention to myself. I need all the help I can get as I get older. The look just isn't there anymore. So thank you all for being here. Next week, we'll talk about chocolate a little more. Have a nice Valentine's Day. Bring lots of love to family and those you love. And remember, next week, we'll talk about life begins with you and your purpose. And we're just glad we got to talk to Kat Powers tonight about her purpose in helping people. Go to THON.org. Good night. Good attitudes. God bless America.
You were listening to the How to Use Your Life show with Joe Fermano. Tune in next week for more positive message. Or you can hop on joefermano.com and get them every day. Till next week, be safe. Have a good night, everybody.